So get this, right? Barrett marries Eris's mom, and they birth Eris, who's now Barrett's daughter. And then Eris still falls in love with Zack because they're meant to be, but Zack is no longer a soldier with Shinra because he never had to go be a soldier because there was never a Mako reactor created in that place. What's the name? Gongaga, thank you. So he never leaves Gongaga to go to soldier, so instead he's a fisherman or something. What would you do in Gongaga? I don't know. Time to get romantic. We did it! This time we get down nice and slow. Love kick. Love kick. Love punch. Love punch. I couldn't have asked for a better time to get the platinum. Turn the game off. Love pulls. Love pulls. Alright, we gotta go to the sheet first. Hold on. Alright, here we go. World of Final Fantasy. Thank you to 321 Star in the Sky 123, who was not actually the one that donated the game, but someone donated it anonymously under her name. World of Final Fantasy. One of the worst platinums ever. Not really. The platinum wasn't that bad, but the game was bad. I cannot recommend this game to anybody ever. It's not good. It's like I don't think I've ever played a game that feels more like they made a game just to push, like just to make money. Like this game was the most fan service BS I think I've ever played in my life. You know, like the year that they announced this game, they also announced the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they continued to tease Kingdom Hearts 3. That was 3-4 years ago. I'm not even sure now. It's been so long. But they randomly announce this game and say, here it is. It's this fan service game with all your favorite Final Fantasy characters, trying to push Kingdom Hearts and the Final Fantasy Remake, which were still not even anywhere close to being done. So they knew they had to give us something to hold us over, which, good job, didn't hold us over. But this game is just, it feels rushed. It feels like nonsense. Nothing makes sense. It's broken. Some of the just very basic things, like the ATB bar, like some of the script is you know, it's just broken. Like, I've played rushed games before, but this game feels like it has a high level of production value. Like, the graphics are amazing, the music is all there. It's not the best, but they did bring a lot of music from all the Final Fantasy games and even like remix them, and a lot of it's really good. The production value is really up there, and they had a bunch of voice actors come from all sorts of, you know, like a bunch of the movies, a bunch of the games. Like, they put a lot of money into this game. For how polished it is very broken. The ATV bar doesn't work right. Sometimes people get turns out of turn when they're not supposed to. The script has like blatant errors in it. There's scenes, I mean, like, the best example I can give is there's a scene where Tama, the main white fox character, leaves the party, and then the next scene, Tama's there, like, on accident. They didn't mean to have him there. He's accidentally in the scene. They forgot to take him out because he's supposed to leave the party at that point. I mean, just like blatant, just hilarious mistakes, because the game was obviously incredibly rushed, because they had to get something out, because they knew E3, they were hitting hard that year, and they wanted an actual game, because they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake. They knew it wasn't anywhere close to being done, so they were like, wait, World of Final Fantasy. the idea was good, but I just wish, like, to me, all they had to do was bring all the Final Fantasy characters together and just have Final Fantasy 1 world. You play like, as the characters from Final Fantasy 1, or you get to play with the characters of Final Fantasy 1. You fight a boss from Final Fantasy 1. Then you move to Final Fantasy 2 world. You do the same thing. That's all they had to do, but instead they mixed it and made this crazy story where you got like Mako reactors inside of the castle from Final Fantasy V with Squall in it, and the Mako reactors powered by Vivi from Final Fantasy 9, and there's a desert prison from 10. Like, it's just all mixed together into this just, I don't even know what, it's fan service, but I can't imagine any fan really enjoying the plot. So the only reason to ever play this game is if you really like chibi stuff and you're, a big enough fan of Final Fantasy to where just seeing the characters and listening to the music is enough for you to enjoy it. But the rest of the game is total garbage. Having said that, the trophies weren't that bad. The trophies were pretty normal. There were a few that were obnoxious, and we'll get to those in a second. First of all, difficulty. Difficulty, World of Final Fantasy, not that bad. It was pretty grindy. There was, there's like the get every Pokemon trophy. I call them Pokemon. They're called Mirages, but I call them Pokemon because they're Pokemon. They were, I mean, you had to, there was a lot of weird stuff you had to do, but a quick Google search to figure it out, like, isn't that hard, and the trophy in general isn't that hard. The game itself is pretty easy, so I guess, like, a 5 is fine. My numlock is on 5. Is fine. Fun. Oh boy, we're gonna have some fun with this one. So, let's see here. Let's look at the trophies here. So we got the ending, we got the true ending, we got all these story-based things. We got get every single Mirage, which, okay, that at least makes you do everything in the game, so understandable. Master 100 Mirage boards. This was the last trophy we got. It was awful. There's no reason to level 100 Mirage boards. You already have everything else in the game done by then. There's no need for this trophy. It's grindy for no reason. Do not like that trophy at all. The rest of these all come pretty easily. One of the other ones that was really obnoxious. The side quests were pretty easy, but there was one in particular that there's no way you'd ever know was a side quest unless you Googled it, because you had to talk to a certain person with a certain Mirage in your party, or else the quest never appeared. So that was stupid. Also, wherever the capture or get every chest, that was also incredibly annoying. Just because going around the game picking up 252 treasure chests with items that aren't good is annoying, and I don't see why they find the need to make you do that. This was the super boss. He was boring. He had like 3 attacks, so that was dumb. And then the 4 minigame trophies, which were just incredibly dumb, and just why. I mean, look, you can tell how dumb they are. They're all bronze trophies, and all they are is you have to play a minigame and get a certain score or whatever. Yet they're all ultra rare because no one wanted to play these minigames more than once because they're so bad. And yeah, I mean, you can tell a lot of these trophies are ultra rare, even if they're bronze, just because no one wanted to take the time to actually go through this game. It's just not a fun game to really master. So, keeping in mind that there's a lot of grindy trophies for no reason, and a lot of trophies based on parts of the game that are boring. And I think maybe the worst one was the capture every Mirage trophy. There's one Mirage in particular that you have to, for some reason, beat one of the minigames in less than 20 turns without losing a character. And nothing in the game tells you to do that. It's just random. You just have to know that you're supposed to do that. So it was awful. It's not the worst ever, but it's bad. I'm giving it a 1.5. Did it glitch? No, thank God. My final time. Does my trophy list count PS3 games? Absolutely. In fact, the next one, Metal Gear Solid 2, is on PS3. My final time was 76 hours and 30 minutes. So there you go. World of Final Fantasy. It was bad. Do not recommend this game. Not casually, not for the trophy. Stay away. It is not worth 76 hours of your life. 76 hours I'll never get back.